Today, we are ranking all of the Persona Husbandos. We've already ranked all the Persona waifus, and you can check that out in another video on the channel. The link should be on screen now. But for now, I'm going to go check out the Husbandos and see, well, you can see if you agree with me and the rest of my chat's opinions. Anyway, we got a straight man's perspective on Persona guys. Rough darts, based partly on looks and partially character. Okay, Yosuke being an S tier, perfect sense. I'm for this. Yosuke is a pretty boy. Definitely got a good vibe. Also, do you guys know that so P5 was supposed to be way more adult? So you guys like, so there was the game Catherine, right? Catherine came out in about 2011. Catherine came out and they had a lot of trouble getting Catherine a rating in Japan, because Japan is really strict on their rating on some of the games because of the level of mature content. And basically they were saying that Catherine was too mature of content for Japanese audiences, basically, and they didn't think it was going to sell. So they had to keep making changes and things, and they had such a hard time with it. Because obviously, Catherine was designed to try out an engine and try and make it work ready for P5, and they ended up just building an engine from scratch because it didn't work. And yeah, it was a whole thing. It was why the color palette in the beta and the demo and the beta build they had is very different to what the main build is. And it's all because of that. And they actually toned down a lot of the mature elements of the story because of the issues they had in getting Catherine a rating. Which is why you see at the start, you see the, like, Kamoshida's palace being, like, about what it's about. And you even see with Makoto, like, Makoto was getting sold into sex slavery. You see those things really early on. And yeah, you get some darker themes as you go on. But they're not as in your face as Kamoshida's palace. The guns were also meant to be real guns, like in P1 or 2, can't remember which, but they changed them to fake metaverse guns because of Japanese rating restrictions. Makes sense. Makes sense. I really think they were just a bit like, guys, I can't be fucked to deal with these guys anymore. Like, we've got to deal with it so much. It's the way it goes. Catherine is such a bizarre game to watch, but so good. I loved it. I played Catherine full body, and the whole concept of like the Catherine games were just wild. Because, like, you had Ren, Catherine, and Catherine. And one Catherine was basically like Sainijima. The one Catherine was just... It felt very weird to play a game where you are literally playing a character that keeps cheating on his partner. And there's not really much you can do. And the whole Lambs and Slaughter, it was very, very weird. Very, very bizarre in its game. I'd love to play it again and understand it a little bit more. But it was a very mature rated game. And it, you know... told a very good story. Stealth poles. What pole did you do? What does a stag do? What does a stag do? Upgrade from sheep. Harry Potter spirit spell. Bromance cuddle. British stuff. Upgrade from sheep is a really good answer. Stealth pole. Narcotic. You and your stealth poles, you cheeky so-and-so. So, I like Yosuke at the top here. Akihiko again. Pretty boys. Very popular with ladies. He's completely oblivious. But, so I do think he might be a little bit low, but Akihiko again just debuffs everybody. Joker again makes sense. Dojima, I respect it. Dojima is pretty hard, I think, and he's a caring dad at heart, even if he struggles while to express that. Yeah, and I'm with you on this. He's hot. He is a DILF, and we know this. This man is a DILF, and dude chooses to not let his DILF energy get in the way of being like a good father. A good father that's working. So you know what? He has strong DILF energy and deserves his S tier placement. I get it. No, Yusuke S. No. Mariki is so hot. Also, Sojo not being S is wild to me. Sojo is a really good dad. A little bit of a ladies' man. I feel like he's not an S for me, though. He's an A for me. He's an A for me. Mariki is such a goober. I love him so much. 100%. I feel like, from a looks perspective, like, he is an older figure than Dojima. So I feel like we're looking at... I feel like he's A, but maybe like a mid-A. I don't feel like... But yet again, I think a Y is a more conventionally attractive man. Yeah, a bit more gruffer. But yet again, maybe like they could just be below A. I don't know. Sojo is who I would choose. I was looking for personality over looks. Is that what your general preference is? Also, you know, looks fade. Personality stays forever, you know? Sojo is suave AF, but obviously he's quite aged by the time P5. Sojo is like 25, 30 would probably be higher. Oh, yeah. 25, 30, he'd be like balling. Starts off gruff and unwelcome. He ends up being really nice guy. Yeah, I think he's just very protective of like Futaba and knows that like Obviously, you see his plotline through Persona, you understand, like, there's a lot going on for him. Soju is such a dilf. He loves his daughter and he can make amazing coffee. Instant S. To be fair, the coffee is like a banger. The coffee's a good, and the curry too. That's a good point. Mashima, I'd put him lower. I'd put him like a C, personally. I think Ikutsuki is too high, personally. Like, Okumura, I don't know. I feel like because he's a knob, I feel like F tier. But yet again, all of these guys are pretty shitty. Shitty. Oh, it's a bit, he's not attractive, but he's got a relatively kind heart. He definitely deserves to be higher than a literal offender. Yeah, I would put him and him, the politician, I'd put them higher. I'd get them out of the criminals, right? Like, they deserve to be slightly higher just purely on not being criminals. So their personalities carry, and they carry them up. And I think they get themselves into this top D tier where the criminals and the morally great people, they start to go down. Cucumber's personality F tier, but he's weirdly stylish. That is true, he is weirdly stylish. But then again, I think he could stay there, but I feel like these guys, just because their personality carries, I don't think they can be F tier, personally. Can we have a hell tier for that teacher? Yes. Okay, I didn't quite mean to rank him lower than a Kamoshida. I just threw him in. Sumitsu is not attractive, and he's also a little cultist. Maybe if he sorts himself out as he ages, he would be way higher. Yeah, I feel like for being a cultist is a bit better than being an offender. And I think a lot of these guys are just worse people. This dude's just very, like, kind of fucked in the head. Lifestyle in a bad hand. He could end up being one of these people. I think, though, he's, you know, both of these guys need to be a little bit higher. Because obviously, I personally, I think Kamoshida and this druggy Jesus need to be quite low at the bottoms. I don't know who any of these people are. I haven't seen this anime. But highly recommend watching it. Highly recommend playing it. But you're a dad now. You don't have like 100 hours. This is one of those animes you play with a controller, but you need both hands for it. I did actually get Persona 5, but it was right before my wife moved here, and I couldn't go through the whole school year and stay married. Yeah, that's fair. But no, I kind of, there's a few things I'd change, but I kind of get this tier list. You have a what now? A brain? It's mean. I have a brain. Not a big one, but I have one. Every major Persona character tier list. Oh my god, this is every character, but obviously we're just going to do the men. We're not going to do P1 and 2 because I've not played them. I'm just going to slowly just throw these guys up. I would start by putting Makoto is a great protagonist that explores a lot of things. I think he's got a really interesting story to him, but his aura and his coolness, I feel like in comparison to the other two protagonists is lower.
Torches! Get your torches! Pitchforks! Can't be an angry mob without pitchforks!
Akihiko is great. Junpei deserves D tier. Aragaki is great. Kusuke is F tier. This guy is D tier. Lower D tier. This guy is full F tier. I think he is a bad... No. I think he's misguided. I just don't think he's the worst. That guy, Kenji, the weirdo that thinks he's dating a teacher, and I'm not entirely sure he was. I think he just was dumb. I would say that this guy is rather attractive, but I feel like he's got a bit of a nice little summons to him, so he can get C. This guy can get D though. I feel like he's overtaken by like his ambitions. This guy gets like a low D. I feel like he's you know what, he gets there, but he's still an F. He's an old man. He's not that attractive. He's quite grumpy. He's got a sense of humor though. I feel like a D would be suitable for him. I think Bebe is very attractive and being exotic. I think he deserves A. Kenji is a little bit of a squirm, so I think he's a D. This guy, I think if we're going on attractive base, this guy has a bit of a bad look to him. This guy's also old. He is very kind-hearted and very senile, but he's old, and he is old. He's a cultist, but he deserves that. Baby, really, wow. I think he's a nice bloke, and I think he's quite attractive. I think he deserves higher. Maybe B, but yeah. Junpei D, you have no taste. I think you have the one with no taste. Don't know, he's a pretty boy. He definitely a pretty boy, good with the ladies. But then I think his personality is a bit repulsive, so comes on a bit strong. He's also attractive, and then this guy, also attractive, I think. There's not as many male social links as you think there are there? There are actually very few male social links when you actually get down to it. There's not that many, which, you know, it isn't really that bizarre because I guess plays into the fantasy element. Where is a human teddy? We're going to base it on human teddy. Switch out of my tier list and have a look at Rook's tier list. Persona Guy's tier list, perspective from a bisexual woman. This is actually a very unusual... I wouldn't have thought of this, because obviously you've done a female ranking list from the perspective of a bisexual woman and a male one. So you've kind of given us the whole thing. Okay, Mariki being top. Okay, and Sojiro. Get it? I'm getting an impression that you like the older men. I'm fine with this. They're all respectably... Mariki's in his 20s, and I'm very sure that Dojima is like mid-30s. The oldest is Sojiro. Does Sojiro have a canon age? I feel like he's gotta be like Futaba's like teenage and not his daughter. I get the impression Sojiro is about 45 to 50. Even the wiki says Sojiro's age is unknown. There is no helping me. I get this. I get that. I get all that. I think Sojiro's gonna be like 45 to 50. Gotta be. The age, the money, the business, the fact that he lived a government job before. Like, I feel like Japan, you're not getting a government job like that until like your late 20s, early 30s. Particularly his age bracket. I would say Sojiro is mid 50s, if not late 50s. No, his hair's too black. Have you not heard of Hair Dye Untitled? I couldn't rank Akechi that high. He's attractive, but you couldn't date a man who might shoot you in the head at any moment. That is a very good point. And if someone says I can fix him. We can help you. It's so it's a trauma response. We can get you help. You deserve to be loved. Maybe if Akechi got some therapy and works on his daddy issues, I can fix him. Hello, therapist. Yeah, I've got another one. Yeah, Akechi stan. What do you mean you're all booked up with Akechi stans? The 77th one this week? You've had a breakdown. Okay. There's no hope. There's no hope for the futures. Okay. Right. Thanks, Doctor. Yeah, no, he says there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do. There's too many Akechi stands. He can't handle them all. He's on the verge of a breakdown himself. Akechi, I get he's attractive. I don't think I could put him that high. Makoto being A, okay. It's taste. I think he's lower for me, but you know, that's just my personal preference. And this guy, I don't see it, but I think anytime I see someone in a tracksuit, I'm like, nah, not for me. When I see someone wearing a tracksuit, it's kind of a turn off for me. A lot of the Persona 3 ones seem to make it into the BC, I've noticed. Junpei being B, okay. Ken got a B. I meant to put Ken in F, but I put him in temporary, but I forgot to move it. I was thinking, like, okay, Ken there, okay. Igor getting B tier. What, right, Rook, what about Igor makes him B tier? Igor has a big nose. Fair, no notes. This is where I don't get. These two guys are literally villains. I even from an attractive point of view, I can't get on with that. I like the more extroverted characters, we can tell, but they're attractive. I mean, that's fair. I don't see it myself, but yet again, different tastes. Number 2, I'm not attracted to men. Bebe getting D. I think Bebe deserves higher than that. Dude's artistic. I like Bebe in that way. The other guys, okay, and then obviously F tier. I'm kind of with you. I think my F tier is going to look pretty much exactly the same. To be fair, Dilf Energy, I'm fully putting him higher. I think this guy is attractive. I really do. I think him and Makoto are like similar vibes. I personally think Yu is a bit more attractive though. Teddy, in his Teddy form, is an F. But Teddy in his like human form is a solid B. So I'm gonna rate him on his human form and put him in a B. Teddy's an F in both forms. He's too perverted. I think this is yeah, I get that. I think he was supposed to be more childlike in the Japanese though. I'd be very interested to see that. I guess so, but technically I'm the same age as the P4 cast and P3 cast are older than me. That is true. Actually, no shit. I'm actually the same age as... I think I'm the same age as... I've just had a thought, chat. Am I the same age as the P5 cast? Oh, fuck, no. I'm the same age as the P5. It's the P5 cast. I have less of an age gap with Makoto than I do my own girlfriend. Me and Makoto were born months apart, which means Makoto and me... Yeah, I knew there was a reason I didn't feel bad about this, right? Because Makoto was one of the older ones. Makoto and Haru are the older ones. The other, the 1999. See, I guess for me is I played Persona 6, Persona 5 when I was about 18, I think. I can't remember. And I'm the same age as Makoto. In fact, Makoto was born in April and I was born in January. So in fact, we are January, March, April, 4 months difference. It's not a bad age gap, actually. I'd actually say that's actually pretty good of us. We've only got a small age. I'd call it a good. I'd call it a win. I'm the same age. I feel so good that I'm the same age as Makoto. It makes me feel really happy. I first played Persona when I was 15, and Makoto and Hifumi made me realize that I like girls. We love a bisexual awakening here. Persona is the bisexual awakening of so many people, and I love it. What was the bisexual awakenings that I've heard of? Like, I've only ever dated bisexuals. Hex Girls, Morgana from Merlin, that's a big one. The Hex Girls was a massive one. Oh, Rose, particularly in the Cat Hospital of Doctor Who. I'm trying to think of some of the other girls I've dated in their bisexual awakenings. A lot of it was like emo girls. Barbie from those Barbie movies. Persona 5 literally made me bisexual, and since then I've had 5 girlfriends. Persona 5 doing the Lord's work. But I respect it. Literally, like, you go in from, like, Persona 5 made me bisexual. I will have several girlfriends, thank you. I genuinely don't understand what women see in us men. Or men see in other men. I genuinely don't understand what you lot see in us. I'm a bad example because I am definitely not in that top tier of men. But, like, I just don't understand what's attractive about us. I kind of understand when there's an attractive man, but I just don't fully understand it. I just don't understand what's attractive about us men. I don't get it as a man. I'm like, but what am I supposed to do to make myself attractive? I look in the mirror and I go, well, I'll do, won't it? To be fair, Pedro Pascal could get it. I'm not saying I would call a man daddy, but if Pedro asked, Pedro gets. To be fair, I've had so many awakenings, I can't remember what the first one was. I'm fed up of men acting stupid, so I'm not letting myself get into all that again for a while. I'm gonna go find a nice woman or non-binary person to go like them instead. Yeah, men, we suck. I don't think I'm an exception. Am I an exception? Am I a good man?
Oh, we should try and plug your butt, though.
Apparently, I should try and plug my butt. That's Mystery Girl's notes about men. He's Untitled's not too bad. Wish he would plug his butt, though. There we are. To be fair, I look myself in the mirror and sometimes I go, I look alright today. But I don't genuinely look at myself and go, I'm attractive. I don't think I am. Genuinely, I think I'm okay looking. I'm probably solidly average, half decent, and generally can just about talk my way through anything.
You're the best looking partner.
I'm the best looking partner you've ever had? What did the other ones look like? Getting so distracted. I'm getting so distracted. I only put in the ones that I remember. Joker needs to go up. I've done some freaky ass shit at church camps. I don't know if we want to know. Did you not leave room for Jeez? Igor with a big nose. Unfortunately, he's going to get quite low. He's getting a D tier from me. Why though? Again, he's getting DILF energy. Akechi, I don't like his long hair. If we've noticed, I don't find that attractive. He's getting B. I get it, the appeal. Again, Ryuji as well. He's getting slightly higher than Kanji, but yeah, not by much. I think he's slightly better than him, but yeah. Sojiro though, he's A. He's like got DILF energy, but he's not as good as the S's. Joker definitely needs to be S tier. Dude's hot. Mishima, attractive bloke, but not great. I feel like he's getting into solid C tier, but I don't think he quite makes it into B. Yosuke though, I think he's an S tier. This guy commits some crimes, and this guy also commits crimes, but I think he's slightly more attractive than that one. This guy is an egg. This guy's got a style to him, but he's done crime, so he gets the bottom. Maruki, though, dude is hot. Not as... I think him and Joker are on par. You could almost believe they were siblings. Right, I think we got everyone. I think this is my tier list. So I think I'm quite happy with these guys at the moment. I feel I am quite happy with, like, Akihiko at the top. Yosuke there, Maruki, Joker, Aragaki, Dojima, Iwai. I'm still happy with Baby being A. I still think it. I'm happy with these. 100%. I think this is my tier list, and I'm really chuffed with it. And that was our opinions. If you enjoyed what you saw, please check me out over on Twitch at @the_entitled gamer. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. For now, I'll see you in the next one.